Hi, pollitos. Okay, last video of the week, 2 more 3-dimensional shapes that I'm going to add. Okay, so make sure you take your notes on this video and you post them so that I can give you a free 100. Every time that I give you a YouTube, you need to post a picture of your notes that you watched it, so I'll give you a free 100. Okay, today we are still talking volume. Okay, we're still talking volume, but we're going to do a triangular prism that's one that we're going to do, and we're also going to do a cylinder. We call it a cylinder. It is also known as a circular or circle prism. So just like last time we had cube that had its own name, but we called it a square prism. Cylinder has its own name, but it's a circle prism. And you'll see why when we start getting into formulas and whatnot. So triangular prism, what you have to be careful is there's 2 different kinds. There's the kind that has triangles like this, which we know as right triangles. Okay, so it's going to have 2 right triangles, and you just connect their corners, and that's one kind of prism. The other one is when it's not a right triangle. So it looks something like this. And it's going to have a little dotted line right there. Okay? That's going to be, sorry, that's kind of hard to see. There's a dotted line right there. It's going to be the height. So on this one, we know that we need, for the formula, the area of a base. But the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. Okay? 1/2 base times height. So our formula for volume is 1/2 base times height times the height of the prism. And in both of these, this is the height of the prism, how long it is. So it's actually better to say that this is how long our prism is. These 2 come from the triangle. This comes from the long side. Okay? So on this one, this would be your height and your base. And then this one would be how long it is. Okay? So height, base, how long it is. On this one, this would be your base. This would be your height. And this is how long it is. So that's the only 2 difference there. Let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can pause it. Make sure you get all those tiny notes down, okay? All right. Now, circle prisms, cylinders. We're going to draw a circle on top, circle on the bottom, and connect the 2 sides. And you've drawn a cylinder, okay? What you're going to need here is you're going to need a radius in order to get this one done. Okay, we've already worked with circles for 2 weeks, so we're getting pretty good at circles. We know by now that the area of a circle is pi r squared. Okay, so the volume of our cylinder is pi r squared times the height. So there's your r, and your height is just how tall it's going to be. Or if they draw the cylinder the other way, then your radius is still half of your circle, but this is your height now. It's how long it is, okay? So if we're good with that, we're going to get into our 4 example problems, and then we're done with YouTube for the whole week, okay? So let's go ahead and start working on example problem number 1. Okay. Example 1. I'm going to knock out the 2 triangle prisms first so that you can understand this. So let me draw this the best I can. Looks like this. Okay? Try your best to draw this piece of cheese because that's what it looks like. Okay? While I put all the measurements on it. Okay, So we're going to get started. This is all the information they give us on this problem. So I'm going to bring it a little bit closer because I really need to point this out. They're going to give you a right angle. These are the two numbers. Always, if they give you a dotted line, wherever your right angle is, these are the two numbers that you need for your base. So when we're saying volume equals 1/2 base times height times the height of the prism, okay? This all comes from the base. So these are the two numbers that we're going to plug in there. We're going to say volume equals 1/2 11 5.4, and then we need to figure out how tall our prism is. Well, here's your third number. It's 7 tall. So times 7. When you put this in your calculator, you're going to choose the best answer because they're going to be rounded for you. So volume equals 207.9. Okay, so again, when you're working with triangle prisms, the cheat to always finding the numbers, because they gave you 10, but 10 was extra information. They gave you 6, it's extra information. It's designed to let you get the wrong answer. Find the right angle and use it to get your two numbers for the base. Okay, check this. Let's do another one. And I want you to look at this. This is the other kind of triangle prism with the right angle in the corner. Okay, now here's proof that our right angle hack is going to work every time. So 7, let me get all the numbers right. 5, 3, and 4. Okay, clearly, since our volume formula is 1/2 base times height times the height of our prism, there's only 3 numbers we need, and we have 4 numbers. So one of them is wrong. So find for this part, which is, I said, our base, you want to look for the right angle. Here is your right angle. So use the two numbers on both sides. 4, 1/2 of 4 times 3. Now we need the height of the prism, and we only have 2 numbers left. But clearly, if we're talking about how long, remember I said that at the beginning, how long is your prism? This one's going to be how long it is. 5 is our extra information. So we're going to put 7 at the end, and it gives you your answer when you multiply. 42. Okay? So hopefully the right angle is going to help you get through all of your triangle prisms. Just look for the right angle, and that's what you're going to plug in here. The last number is how long, the long pieces or the tall pieces. That's the last number. Okay? Example 3. Example 3 is going to be our cylinders. Almost got interrupted by one of my littles there. Okay? That's why I was telling her to go away. So, here's the first one. I'm going to give you a radius of 8 and 11 on the side. So cylinders, luckily, are pretty straightforward. The only way they're going to try to trick you, I'll show you in a little bit. Okay, so remember our formula for cylinder was pi r squared, which is our area formula, and then the height. So for cylinder, you only need 2 values. You need our radius, which is 8. So pi 8 squared. Now, when you're doing this in your calculator, please put parentheses around 8 just to be safe, okay? And the last one we need is our height, which clearly there's only one other number here, 11. And type it straight in. Now, on the side, if you don't have pi, no pi, okay, then I want you to use 3.14. 3.14 will get you very close and you'll find your answer, okay? So, when you type this all into your calculator, double check, you should get 2,211.68. Okay, so they're pretty straightforward. Cylinders should be piece of cake, super easy for you guys today. Okay, now let me throw you for a loop on the last one. This is how cylinders are gonna try to trick you. Okay, all right, last example of the last YouTube for the week. So hang in there, draw one more picture. Here we go, big circles. They're gonna give you this circle with this and this. There you go. Okay, so they're going to give you this cylinder. But when we're going to do our volume formula, pi r squared height, they did not give us a radius. They gave us all the way across. That's a diameter. So before we can get our radius, we have to cut this in half. And it gives you the number you need, 11. 11 is your radius. Pi 11 squared. And then our height is your only other number, 6. Type it all into your calculator and you get 2,280.8. Okay, so I hope that you were able to understand today. I tried to give you some little cheats that'll help you through your assignment. I hope you wrote everything down. If you did, post a picture because that's a free 100 and helps your grade. Okay, so any questions that you guys end up having, please just send me a comment. I'm here to help you guys, okay? Other than that, enjoy your week with your family. Enjoy your weekend. Have a cookout or something awesome, okay? And I hope y'all have a blessed Easter weekend, okay? And I hope that we get back to school soon. Bye, guys.